What it do, guys? Manjoume here, and today we're going to check out the Versus System 2-player card game Marvel A-Force. And I'm kind of glad to be running lower on all these older box sets. Can't wait till we get to the newer stuff just because, one, it's easier to find, and two, they should be cheaper. This one honestly wasn't too bad getting a ticket hand, brand new, by the way, on eBay. There was also a listing, I think, on Mercari. That's another pretty good site to get secondhand, used, or even new goods, especially hobby stuff such as this. Looking at the front of the box, we see that Versus System 2-player card game, like weird lined motif that looked like the envelope to me. Very much a blue color gradient. It's pretty neat. And She-Hulk along with Catwoman on the front. Looking at the side, see pretty simple stuff. The logo, pretty cool. Grab that. Other sides, pretty much the same. The back of the box. Get ready to suit up with Marvel's all-female Avengers team A-Force, the latest expansion for the widely popular Versus System 2-player card game. A-Force lets players take control of characters such as She-Hulk, there's no dash there, Captain Marvel, and Medusa. Build your constructed deck from a total of 200 all-new cards. New card mechanics, streamlined gameplay, easy to learn, difficult to master, 200 all-new cards, and a full-color rule sheet. Not a rule book, a rule sheet. Ages 12 and up, 2-player game, and takes about 30 minutes. Now, the Versus System 2-player card game core set is recommended to play. I would guess 1, to maximize your card, to be able to diversify your deck, and because it actually has a rule book, whereas this has a rule sheet. So, getting into the box, have one box, two, and is there something else in here? There is. There was nothing on the package saying there was any promo cards or anything like that. So, Defenders good guys? Because the Defenders had these floral, see that, like a floral gold lettered bad guys. This one seems to have the same thing but for good guys. Let's check it out. And of course, that being the case, that, well, these are going to replace the ones that came in the box. Okay, Daredevil, Doctor Strange, Ghost Rider, Luke Cage, Bullseye again, Kingpin again, Venom again, Winter Soldier again. And that's odd that it has duplicates, but also that they're in there at all, and it wasn't advertised whatsoever. Really odd. I guess I have extras of these now. Don't know what I'm going to do with them. Except, I guess, put them back in here. I don't know what to do with these. I mean, this is cool. I mean, freebies are freebies, and definitely unexpected ones at that. I wonder if they're not errated. I don't imagine. They're not marked as promos, because the promos I think had like VSP Versus System promos. So weird. You know what? These are also kind of, not that they would, but like you can, it's a little hard to see, but you can almost see the indentation of the writing coming out on the back, which is wild. So we also have the literature here, which we'll set aside, and the two decks. And here are the two decks, but I think we'll check out the A-Force first. See where I could have gone a little smoother. Not that terrible, but let's go ahead and do that. Well, once again, that could have gone better, but as long as nothing is ripping or tearing, we're doing all right. Our first main character is Captain Marvel, level 1, 6 health, flight and range, 2/4 stat line, aka Miss Marvel. Energy absorption, main blue, put a +1/1 counter on Captain Marvel for each other range character on your side. Woman of War, level up 4 times when Captain Marvel stuns an enemy character in combat, she gains an XP. Her level 2, she now has a 4/6 stat line, and she gains Photonic Blast, main red, put a -1/1 counter on an enemy character for each +1/1 counter on Captain Marvel. Stronger you get, the weaker they get. Next up, we're looking at She-Hulk, 6 health, 3/4 stat line, A-Force Assemble, main red. When characters on your side team attack the next time this turn, put a +1/1 counter on each of them. Fight together, level up 5 times. When characters on your side team attack, She-Hulk gains an XP. Her level 2, she now has a 6/6 stat line, but she gains Rules Lawyer. Reaction yellow, when an enemy player uses a superpower, you may say objection, and if you do, cancel that superpower. That's fun and really good because it cancels out something. Next up, we have Sister Grimm, 5 health, range, 2/5 stat line, and when blood is shed. Level up 1 time. When Sister Grimm gets wounded on an enemy player's turn, she gains an XP. So you kind of want her to be in the front so that she gets hit, so she can go under level 2, which continues the saying, when blood is shed, let the staff of one emerge. And she also has a 4/5 stat line when level 2. The rest of it says, each of these superpowers can only be used once this game. When you use one, Sister Grimm becomes level 1. Muzzle, main red. Characters on your side can't be attacked until after your next turn. Bounce House, main blue. Put up to 2 supporting characters into their owner's hands. Open Sesame, main yellow. Draw 3 cards. Caffeine Injection, main green. Put 4 +1/1 counters on a supporting character. Very interesting character because you're going to have to get hurt to be able to go back into this to be able to do more stuff. But, you know, if you just keep her as a ranged character, it's not terrible. Next up, we're going to look at Phoenix, 7 health, flight and range with a 3/3 stat line, aka Dark Phoenix. Life Incarnate, main yellow, heal a wound from a supporting character. The sum of all life and death, level up 1 time. When a character appears, if there are 20 or more total supporting characters on all sides and or KO piles, Phoenix gains 1 XP, which is just enough to make her Phoenix level 2. She now has a 7/7 stat line and gains From the Ashes, main blue-green. Put a character from your KO pile onto your side. She literally resurrects another character. For the supporting lineup, we're looking at Wasp. 1 cost, 1 health, flight, 1/2 stat line. Sting. When a Wasp appears, put a -1/1 counter on an enemy character. And Shrink. When Wasp gets attacked the first time each turn, you may cancel the combat. Looking at Sister Grimm's supporting character version, 1 cost, 1 health, range, 2/2 stat line. The Staff of One. During either player's turn, any combat yellow, search your deck for during either player's turn combat plot twist with a different name from each plot twist in your KO pile and play it if able. So you kind of have to run a bunch of different ones, but if you can, it gets some pretty good utility. Next, we're going to look at Pixie. 2 cost, 1 health, flight, 1/4 stat line, and hallucinogenic dust. Main blue. Reveal cards from the top of your deck until you reveal a character that is not already on your side. Put that character onto your side and shuffle the rest of the reveal cards into your deck. At the end of the turn, KO that character. So you'll kind of get a one and done, like be able to do a pretty good attack or include them in a team attack, but that's pretty much all they're going to be good for. That also de-incentivizes your opponent toward attacking back at that character because they're going to go away anyway. Not going to matter. Next up, we're going to look at Spider-Woman. 2 costs, 1 health, flight, 3/3 stat line. She has dodge and venom blast. During either player's turn, combat red. Choose a character in melee combat with Spider-Woman to get -3 defense this turn. Next up, we have Megan, who has 2 costs, 2 health, flight range, 2/2 stat line, and empathic metamorph. Main green. Put +1/1 counters on Megan equal to the total number of +1/1 counters on all other characters on your side. So it really does stack up. Next, we have Medusa. 3 costs, 1 health, 3/5 stat line, and grab. When Medusa is in the front row, enemy characters can't fly over her because she'll just grab them. Prehensile hair, main red. Exhaust a front row enemy character. It can't ready or be moved until Medusa gets stunned or leaves play. Pretty cool. It just grabs them and holds them there. Pretty cool one. We have Singularity. 3 costs, 1 health, flight, 2/6 stat line, and pocket dimension. At the end of your turn, remove any number of other face-up characters on your side from the game, but keep all counters on them at the start of your next turn or when Singularity leaves play. Those characters appear on their owner's side with those counters. Even if they were not originally yours, if you were to take someone with, like, let's see, Professor X is level 2 from like the core set, he can take control of someone for like a turn. So you can use her, remove them from the game, and just kind of hold on to them until she leaves. But then they would go back to your opponent's side, which they would anyway. So that's a cool way to kind of tie it into that original character, even though their teams are different. I think that could still work pretty well. Next up, we have Dazzler, 4 cost 1 health, range 3/7 stat line, and Dazzle, main blue. Daze an enemy supporting character. Stun it, but it doesn't get a wound. That's actually really cool because I didn't know what that did before. So that's what dazing does. Stun it, but no wound. Okay. So dazing them, stunning them, but not putting them a wound would be good just to keep them from defending you and so that you can get to their main character a little easier. She-Hulk, she does have the hyphen, whereas the back of the box, I don't think it does. No, it doesn't. Okay. 4 cost 2 health, 5/5 stat line, leader. While She-Hulk is team attacking, you choose who the defender strikes back against. Baroness of Arcadia, any combat green, each attacking A-Force character gets a +2/2 this combat. Hey, didn't you guys do the 4 different flavor text thing with Deadpool? Are you out of ideas? Oh, and here's the other one. I still think I'd look better as a foil. That's probably true. If you don't put me in your deck, I'm gonna come to your house and rip up all your X-Men cards. Who's that smashing young woman? That's fun. Going off away from She-Hulk, we have Spectrum. 5 cost 2 health, flight range 4/4 stat line, and energy form. When Spectrum appears or recovers, put a +1/1 counter on her for each basic blue location on all sides. Is she the same as Photon, or am I just thinking like different characters? I don't know. Ooh, okay. Miss America, 5 cost 3 health, flight 6/4 stat line, and tough. When Miss America gets stunned, you may recover her, but she still gets a wound. At 3 health, good luck. We have a female Loki, 6 cost, 1 health, 7/6 stat line, power hungry. Once per turn, when a character on your side gets powered up, draw 3 cards. Questionable loyalty. At the start of your build phase, if a face-up enemy character has higher attack than each face-up character on your side, move Loki to that player's back row. Okay, cool, I guess. I mean, she's super strong, but you may not keep her. Next up, we have a different art style in Rogue. 6 cost, 2 health, flight, 6/6 stat line, and absorb powers. When Rogue KOs an enemy supporting character, she gains its keyword and superpowers until Rogue becomes stunned or leaves play. Good night, sugar. Next up is Phoenix. 7 cost, 1 health, flight range, 7/7 stat line, aka Dark Phoenix. Take a shield during either player's turn. Any combat yellow, the defending character can't be struck this combat. You may use this power any number of times each turn. Going on to the plot twist, we have Heroines of Arcadia. During either player's turn combat, if this is a team attack, each attacker gets +3 attack this combat. It's pretty good. Make them real powerhouses. You won't like her when she's angry. During either player's turn combat, put 2 +1/1 counters on a defender in the combat. That's really not bad either. Very offensive and attack focused. Build a better world. Main, turn one of your face down basic locations face up. That's really good. During either player's turn combat, turn one of your face down basic locations face up. So different times you can activate the ability. It's the same ability, but really useful because you can have used an ability, it's face down, and then your opponent goes into attack thinking you can't do it again, and oh wait, now I can because of this. Then we have the special location Arcadia, which is blue, yellow, green, and red for an A-Force character. Oh, okay, so this must be plot twists that go for either team. So there's probably just going to be 2 of these, maybe like 2 of another, and it's going to be 2 in the other deck. Main strength. During either player's turn combat, your main character gets +2 attack this combat. Oh wow, we actually got 4 of those? Why do we get 4? Then we have 4 Academy, 4 Fortress, 4 Laboratory, and 4 Training Ground. Now looking at the next deck, I believe they're called Femme Fatales. And let's check them out. Just do this the easy way. First up for the Femme Fatales, we have Black Cat. Level 1, 5 health, 2/5 stat line. Bad luck, main yellow, choose an enemy player to discard a card. Queen of Thieves. Level up 9 times. At the end of your turn, choose an enemy player. If you have more cards in your hand than they do, Black Cat gains experience equal to the difference. So obviously you want to be drawing into a bunch of cards or making them lose cards with abilities such as Bad Luck so that she can level up to her level 2, where she has a 4/8 stat line and Cross Their Path. During either player's turn in combat red, daze each enemy character in combat with Black Cat, which is a free stun, but it does not get wounded. It will not lose any health, but they are no longer a threat on this turn. Dark Phoenix. 7 health, flight range, 3/3 stat line, aka Phoenix. What was, what is, what will be, main yellow yellow. Put the top 2 cards of your deck face down in your resource row. If there are any locations, you may play them face up instead. Inevitable Corruption. Level up 1 time. When a resource appears on any side, if there are 20 or more total resources on all sides, Dark Phoenix gains an XP. So that's actually quite a bit, and you might have to wait a while to be able to do that, unless you're able to do this like twice, but even then, it's an uphill battle to get to that number 20 or more. Her level 2, let's see if it's worth it. She now has a 7/7 stat line and has Ravager of Worlds, main blue green, KO all face down enemy resources, which basically puts him back to near the beginning of the game. No, not a lot of coming back from that. Next up we have Enchantress. 5 health, range, 2/5 stat line, imbue with power, main blue, put 2+1/1 counters on a supporting character that appeared this turn. Champion of Amora. Level up 3 times. At the end of your turn, if a face-up supporting character on your side has higher attack than each face-up enemy supporting character, Enchantress gains an XP. Her level 2 now has a 3/8 stat line along with I'll Not Sully My Hands, main yellow. Ready each supporting character on your side that has a +1/1 counter. Pretty cool. Mystique, 5 health, 1/6 stat line, Masquerade. During either player's turn, combat red, choose another face-up character. Mystique gains attack this combat until her attack is the same as that character's. Bitter Fury. Level up 10 times. Whenever Mystique gains attack, she gains that much XP. Her level 2, she now has a 6/7 stat line, and she gains Martial Savagery. During either player's turn, combat green, Mystique is ferocious and enemy characters lose and can't gain ferocious this combat. Onto the supporting character lineup, we have Black Cat, 1 cost, 1 health, 3/1 stat line, Pounce. While Black Cat is attacking an exhausted character, it can't strike back at her. Unlucky Break. When Black Cat attacks, remove all +1/1 counters from the defender. Enemy characters can't gain +1/1 counters this combat. Madam Mask. 1 cost, 1 health, range, 2/2 stat line, Bioduplicate. When you power up Madam Mask by discarding a card named Madam Mask, you may put the discarded card onto your side. Swarm. So you can, when you power up the 1, she'll have just another one alongside her that's going to be a little weaker. Ooh, okay. We have Titania. 2 cost, 2 health, 2/2 stat line, Cellular Augmentation. During either player's turn, combat green, Titania gains 3/3 this combat. Durable. If Titania gets stunned, other than by getting struck in combat, recover her and she does not get wounded. Not familiar with this character, but she is called Sin. 2 cost, 1 health, range, 2/4 stat line, like father, like daughter. During either player's turn, combat red. Stun a character that is melee attacking Sin. So very defensive, but not bad. Moonstone. 2 cost, 1 health, flight range, 3/2 stat line, Gravity Stone. Enemy characters lose and cannot gain flight. Ooh, I like her. Silver Sable. 3 cost, 1 health, range, 1/5 stat line, Mercenary. Silver Sable can team attack with any main character. Wealthy. At the start of your build phase, you gain 1 recruit point. So that's going to help you build up into other characters. Didn't expect to see her. We have Nebula. 3 cost, 2 health, 3/3 stat line, Underling. Nebula gets +3/3 if your main character is evil and is level 2 or higher. So she is the, not henchman, but one of the, like a step up from henchman, but not quite the main baddie. Goblin Queen. 4 cost, 1 health, flight, 2/6 stat line, Summon Goblins, main yellow. Put Demon Goblin tokens into your front row until there are 4 on your side. What if we get any here? No, that's not one. Spiral. 4 cost, 1 health, 7/3 stat line, mobile, and ferocious. Viper. 5 cost, 1 health, range, 4/6 stat line, poison darts, main red. Put a -1/1 counter on up to 2 enemy characters. Succumb to poison at the end of your turn. Double the -1/1 counters on each enemy character. Satana. 5 cost, 1 health, flight, 6/5 stat line, Fatal females. Femme fatale characters on your side have lethal. Consume soul. Main blue. Remove a character in an enemy player's KO pile from the game. That player reveals their hand and deck and removes all characters with that name from the game. Then they shuffle their deck. So it just removes any other instance of that character from the game, KO pile, hand, everything. Lady Deathstrike. 6 cost, 2 health, 5/6 stat line, and Death Strike. During either player's turn, combat green. When Lady Deathstrike stuns an enemy main character this combat and survives, put an extra wound on that character. Really strong. Really, really strong. Morgan Le Fay. 6 cost, 2 health, flight, 3/7 stat line, immortal. When Morgan Le Fay gets KO'd, you may shuffle her into your deck. Growing Magic. Main yellow. Draw cards equal to the number of times you've used a superpower named Growing Magic this game. So incrementally going to be able to draw more and more. Enchantress. 7 cost, 2 health, range, 4/8 stat line. Go forth, my champion. Main blue. Put 2 +1/1 counters on another character on your side. When it attacks the next time this turn, ready it. Really good to let it be able to attack again. It's like her hench person, so I mean, I get it. Femme Fatality. Main, choose a character and put a -1/1 counter on it for each supporting character on your side. Really cool to make them get lower and make sure comparatively you will be higher. Dramatic Entrance. During either player's turn combat, if the defender is on your side, you may put a character from your hand next to it. If you do, remove the defender from combat, and the new character becomes the defender. At the end of combat, KO the new character, but you can put something crazy strong in there so that it wounds or at least hurts your opponent's character and saves the one you want it to save. So, I mean, good and aggressive defensive capability there. Little on the nose, but we have Catfight. During either player's turn combat, choose an attacker to get +4 attack this combat. I mean, that is just straight up really good. You are the aggressor in the attack, and you get even stronger. So, cannot speak highly enough for that because that just seems really powerful. And again, makes it a very aggressive deck. Special location, it is Madripoor, which is blue, yellow, green, red for a Femme Fatale character. Of course, we have 4 here. Here are the Demon Goblin tokens. So, of course, they have 0 cost, 1 health, 1/1 stat line, and Swarm. You can have any number of them on your side, which is probably just 4. Yeah, 4. But you need your tokens, so I like when they include tokens because you don't have to like, this is going to be my token, or you have something else. But no, this is great, and I appreciate having this. Even though they do nothing other than exist as the weakest of the weak. Then we have 4 Academy, 4 Fortress, 4 Laboratory, and 4 Training Ground. Looking at the literature, we have Versus System 2-player card game Marvel A-Force, 2 new teams. This expansion introduces the A-Force, right there, and the Femme Fatales teams. See AKA. Some characters have AKA and another name in their text box. For example, Captain Marvel says AKA Miss Marvel in her text box. This means that she counts as having both names, which means you can use a Miss Marvel supporting character to power up Captain Marvel. And they both count as the same person for the purposes of uniqueness rules. Daze. Some effects say to daze a character. This means to stun the character, turn it face down, except the character does not get a wound. Rules Lawyer. She-Hulk's main character introduces a new kind of superpower called a reaction. It reads, reaction, yellow. When an enemy player uses a superpower, you may say objection, and if you do, cancel that superpower. Reaction powers trigger when a certain condition is met. In this case, it's when an enemy player uses a superpower. When that happens, you can pay a yellow and say objection, of course. And if you do, it cancels the superpower so it never takes effect. You can use a reaction power at any time as long as its trigger condition is met. However, like other superpowers, you can only use it once per turn. Absorb powers. Rogue has the ability to gain the keyword and superpowers of supporting characters she's KO'd. When she does this, if that character's power refers to its own name, use Rogue's name instead. Durable. Titania has the new durable keyword. This means if she gets stunned in some way that isn't getting struck in combat, she recovers and she does not get wounded. However, if she was in the middle of combat when she got stunned, perhaps by Sin's superpower, even though she would recover immediately, getting stunned would still remove her from the combat. Mobile. Mobile is a new keyword that lets you move a character to a different one of your rows once per turn. Note you can't use this power while in combat is going on or if an effect in the middle of resolving. Growing Magic. Morgan Le Fay's superpower counts how many times you've used a superpower named Growing Magic this game. That means if you use the power a few times on one card, later use it on a different card, all of those usages count. Looking at the back, remove from the game. Some effects remove characters or cards from the game. In these cases, set those cards aside out of play. They do not count as being in a KO pile. Token characters. Goblin Queen has the power to make token characters. A token character works just like a regular character, except that if it ever gets put into a KO pile or otherwise leaves play, remove it from the game. Then we have some deck lists that we'll go over in a different video. Well guys, that's it for the Versus System 2-player card game Marvel A-Force. What was your favorite character or mechanic introduced in this set? Which main characters would you like to see duking it out? Which side are you on? Let me know in the comments below. If you want to stay up to date with my videos and live streams on both YouTube and Twitch, check out links in the description below, like, comment, subscribe, and consider joining. That's all for now guys. Manjoume out.